Hello and welcome to this Price of Job tutorial. In this video we'll take a look at the new Boxing Carpentry module. To access the Boxing module, first go to the module toolbar here across the top and select the Carpentry category. And then select Boxing. And create the module. And you can use this module to hide the ductwork that's rising up in the corners of your various rooms. To start with, we'll go to the right hand pane, and at the top we have the Boxing main stage, and here we can set the quantity. So perhaps we have 4 rooms separated across 2 floors, so that would be a total quantity of 8. Price of Job sets the height as a standard 2.4 meters by default, and a default width of 300 by 300 meters width and depth. And we can adjust these as necessary. Then we can specify whether we'll be using plasterboard boxes or plywood. In this case, I think we'll choose plasterboard. And then we can specify whether these will be for 2 sides, 3 sides, or all 4 sides. In this case, we'll say that all of our ductwork is in the corners of the rooms and will only require 2 sides. And now with this basic information, Price of Job has automatically calculated an estimate based on our default values. Now we can customize our quote by moving on to the framing. Here we can choose the framing dimensions. We'll leave this set at 47 by 50 millimeters, but we can choose other materials from the Price of Job library, or set supplied by client, or choose an allowance. And then we can choose the cog icon here to open the framing settings. And in this case, that includes the fixing spacing, set by default to 500 millimeters, which seems adequate, so we'll leave that as is. Then we can move on to the box lining, and here we have options for standard, moisture resistant, sound block, or fire line. And in most cases, the standard box lining will suffice. And then again, we can go to the cog icon here to open the settings and adjust our fixings spacing. And we'll leave that as is. And then we can move on to the skimming walls stage, and here we can choose to either skim or tape and joint. So I think for this example we'll stick with skim. And then we can go to the cogs icon here and specify the thickness of our skim as well as the plaster coverage. If we were using tape and joint, then under the cog settings we would have our filler coverage. And under each of our settings we have icons here for show resources or move. So for the show resources, if we were to click show resources under framing, that would filter our estimate here to show only the framing estimate. We could use the arrow icons here to toggle between the various estimates, or select all to show all of our estimates. And we can do the same thing for each of these various stages here on the left, just as a shortcut to jump to that specific estimate. To rearrange our various stages, to organize our workspace, we can just click the move icon and drag that stage to wherever we wish it to be. And that's how to use the Carpentry Boxing module. Thank you for using Price of Job.